Welcome back. It's a season for the Cricket World Cup. The Pakistani team is here in India after a long time, but the Pakistan Cricket Board started it on the wrong foot, and now there is a course correction from the PCB. PCB course corrects after getting backlash. PCB issues a fresh statement on its comment about Dushman Mulk. PCB releases fresh statement on that Dushman Mulk comment in which they had alleged that they have got fantastic reception. This is when the Pakistani cricket team landed in Hyderabad, the men's cricket team, and it received a very warm welcome there. And that is where this comment was made, that even in a Dushman Mulk, the Pakistan cricket team got so much of warmth and so much of love, and that put the PCB on the back foot immediately after the flack it received. Now PCB has issued a fresh statement and it has corrected its comment. Essentially, India and Pakistan have not had any chance to visit each other. There has been no bilateral series. India has decided that because Pakistan supports terrorism in Kashmir and in rest of the country, therefore there can be no business as usual. That's the background because of which there has been no bilateral series. And this is the statement that we have for you. The fantastic reception of the Pakistan team in India for the World Cup proves how much the love of people of both countries have for each other's players. This love was evident by the reception arranged at the Hyderabad airport. I congratulate the Indians for arranging a reception of this kind. Whenever India and Pakistan step onto the cricket field, they emerge as traditional rivals, but not as enemies. I hope that throughout the entire World Cup, Pakistan cricketers will receive the same warmth and Indian fans will get to see the best cricket from Pakistan players. That's the statement coming in from the chairperson of the PCB management committee. That's what Chaudhry Mohammad Zaka Ashraf has said. This is a course correction by the PCB after its initial comments. K. Srinivas Rao from Cricket Next is with me on the phone line. So clearly, K. Srinivas Rao, this is a course correction. PCB started on the wrong foot right from the word go.
I'm glad if this is a course correction, I'm glad it has happened, because it was a very stupid statement to make in the first place. To say something like, Dushman Mulk, I mean, what sense does it make? Especially at a time when the Pakistan team had just about landed in India and were welcomed to such a warm reception at the airport. I mean, I've been following the team's social media handles, and they have been nothing but praising the kind of reception that they saw in Hyderabad at the airport. And then the statement comes out of the blue, which never made any sense. And Pakistan's own cricket fans reacted harshly to Mr. Ashraf's statement. And I think that is why he had to retract it, because his own country fans were actually saying, what was the need to say something like this? So
exactly. What was said, Rao? Can you just recap for our viewers what exactly was said initially?
Well, he said, actually, if you go and see Mr. Ashraf's statement that came, the original one that came, it was very weird. I mean, first of all, here is a PCB chief who's talking about how he has been, for the first time, he got Pakistan players, a big raise in the contracts that were given, the central contract that the board gave. And in that sentence, he said, at a time when they want to play the World Cup in the Dushman Mulk. I don't know what he was trying to say, because it was a mix of two completely separate. First, he's taking credit, which he should not. He's taking credit for, kind of making sure that Pakistan cricketers have earned because of him, which is, I think, you're talking about a cricket board that was refusing to pay its own players. It had come down to that. And so, kind of that they were compensated. And in the same sentence, he completed by saying that at a time when they've gone to play cricket in the Dushman Mulk. And weird, because the statement comes just after a day after Pakistan's reception at the Indian airport made for news across the cricketing ecosystem around the world.
It has always been like that. Whatever be the politics, the fact is there is nothing like an India-Pakistan, cricket encounter, and this one coming at a platform like World Cup.
I can tell you one thing for sure. People talk about Ashes, people talk about India-Australia, people talk about India-England. But I can tell you with a certain amount of guarantee that when you talk about modern day cricket, especially white ball cricket, there is no bigger rivalry than India-Pakistan. I will go to the extent of saying that, in fact, it is one of the biggest clashes in any sport anywhere in the world. And it's that big a property. And you rightly said that when it comes to the sport, when it comes to cricket, the relation between these two countries have always been wonderful. You look at Babar Azam's tweet and Babar Azam's statement, where he says that before he was coming here, the former cricketers in Pakistan told the team, go to India and enjoy, because you'll get a lot of love there, because that is how it has been over the years whenever they used to travel here. And of course, the same is, with the Indian team, and they have traveled across the border in 2004, in 2006, in 2008 during the Asia Cup. I myself have been to the country twice, to Pakistan. I can tell you the hospitality and the warmth when it comes to cricket is just incomparable. So that's why, Mr. Ashraf's statement was really out of the blue, and there was no need for it. There was no space for a statement like that. I'm glad he's retracted it.
Right. So that's what the sentiment seems to be. K. Srinivas Rao of Cricket Next summing it up for us that there was no need for Pakistan Cricket Board to have made such a comment in the first place. But now that they have retracted, one just hopes that the game is played in its true spirit. Yes, there will be not a single ball which will be, or a single run which will be ceded by either side. But the game should be played in its right spirit is what one just hopes there. That detail about exactly what the PCB chairperson said, why he had to retract and the kind of backlash he faced because of a Dushman Mulk comment, all those details are up on our website news18.com. But that's all that I have time for. Ridhima Bhatnagar joining you after this very quick break.